Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. Today, remember this thing? It's called a Vortex. Not the new Vortex, but the OG Vortex Oversize. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so this thing is literally 30 years old, or very close to it. If you guys remember, check out the staggered string pattern, like down here, all the way around actually. You would think that this would be a pain to string, but as soon as you do that first cross up here, it actually straightens everything out. The idea behind this racket is that it's kind of like an olden day clash. The harder you swing, the more this firms up. The softer you swing, the softer it becomes. So the more touch you would have. You would think that would be very difficult with a oversized racket, but I mean, this was the way better seller than the mid plus version. Back in this day, a lot of the oversized rackets way outsold the mids or the mid pluses. 110 head on this.
Hey Harry, I got a match in the morning. I need this thing restrung ASAP. Can you help me out?
Dude, it's 7 o'clock at night.
I know, Harry, but you know, I don't know if I'm going to sleep well without it. I got to have fresh strings for this match.
Have you ever heard of a service called Direct Tennis?
No.
They can actually send out a stringer to your home.
Wow, great.
They can pick it up, string it, and bring it right back within an hour sometimes.
Awesome.
So it's directtennis.online.
Cool, I'll check that out. Thanks, Harry.
Yeah, check it out. Guys, directtennis.online. Check them out. Get your racket strung. That string pattern was actually supposed to also extend the sweet spot out into the, kind of the limits of the racket. This was actually just donated. So before it goes into, the YTA and into some kid's hand, I'm going to give it a try because I haven't seen one of these in a very, very long time. So we'll just borrow it for a little bit. All right, let's take it on the court. All right, guys, so got the Prince Vortex Oversize, the OGs of the OG in OS, BGs, big guys. So Prince Vortex Oversize racket, we just had a lot of fun with and was very shocked at. Coach Redbeard, have you heard of this Vortex Oversize?
I actually haven't heard of it, no.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't usually play with an oversized, but...
They made a 90, okay?
Okay.
But this one sold more.
Okay.
This was back in the day when thick rackets, wide bodies were out. Let's say, I guess I can't use the fat thing anymore because it's just not politically PC, like some of the other language I use. Anyways, so wide body rackets, their words, not mine. As you can see, tapered beam. Okay. 110 head size, 16-19, staggered strings. Now I'm going to tell you the secret behind the technology after you guys talk about it, okay? So I'll let you go first.
So I think probably my grandmother played with this.
She's that young?
Yeah,
Just
young.
kidding.
So yeah, it was a fun racket to hit with. It's got a lot of power. As long as you commit to your stroke and swing through, you're going to hit well with this. If you miss just slightly though, this is going to sail. Yeah, but it's interesting to know that it's wide body. I didn't notice it while hitting with it. And I actually hit a little bit better with it than I thought I necessarily would. So it's a forgiving racket as well.
Yep, shockingly.
Yeah, shockingly forgiving.
Coach Jerod.
Yeah, so now that I actually look at this a little bit more closely, I do realize that the holes on the side are kind of diagonal in a way, staggered. They're not like straight on a traditional racket.
You string rackets, huh?
Yeah.
You think you'd have fun with that?
No, I don't think I would. I think it'd definitely give me a hard time. But yeah, my only experience with a Prince racket was actually back in the day when I was 8 years old. My dad actually had my brothers and I start off with the Prince 03 Speedport. So the ones with the huge openings on the side of the racket, and anytime you'd string it, you'd think you're breaking the racket because the string would start going in. So I actually liked that racket back in the day because I think it was, me being super young and not being able to generate my own type of power. So having the racket do it for me was great. So I think this one kind of felt like home in a way, but also played a little bit more different. The biggest thing is 110 square inch head size definitely gives you a lot of pop. So when I first hit the ball, I thought I was going to spray it and hit the fence, but surprisingly, I actually didn't. So I think with Prince frames, especially the older ones, it actually, the launch angle is a little bit lower. So these actually favor more flat style play more than spin. So I think I was able to kind of dial that in a little bit and try to hit flatter than usual, and that definitely worked well with this racket. So again, with old Prince frames, they actually had a really good feel to them, and it's really smooth. And then I kind of think they made some changes towards, I don't know, like mid 2010 or something past that. I remember using like one Prince racket after the 03 Speedport and it didn't feel the same. So unfortunately, that's when it kind of got a little bit rough. So this one definitely brought back the memories with the creme de la creme of Prince rackets, and I thoroughly enjoyed the play test. So I think it was a good time.
The thing that surprised me because I hit with it last, you guys both kept the ball on the court very nicely. And you had depth, you had penetration, you had really good control over the ball, which I was
surprised.
Very shocked at.
I was also surprised.
And so here's the secret in this racket. The staggered string pattern plus the way this is laid up, with it being thin and then thick at the top, it causes a flex. So this was the OG, the old school clash, kind of in a way. So if you wanted power, you sped up your stroke, it would firm up and not give the ball a chance to dwell too long and just shoot it off. If you wanted touch, you just slow down your swing and it'll actually dwell in there. It'll soften in the racket a little bit more.
So it kind of adapts to like the way that you swing the racket.
That's correct. So it's OG clash.
Interesting.
That's how we were able to keep the ball in. I was literally shocked at how good this felt.
It's a solid feeling racket. It's a solid feeling racket.
And it doesn't feel like a 110, which is very weird to me.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
It feels more like a 9500. Yeah. And I used to bash this racket all the time, and now I'm a believer. I'm a believer. Coach Jerod, what does that say?
Made in Taiwan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Made in Taiwan.
Mm-hmm. You don't see that these days anymore.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah. Okay. Guys, thank you for playing with me in this very fun play test of the old school Vortex. Guys, Coach Jerod, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram at MaTennis.
All right. Coach Redbeard, where you at?
You can find me here at Marin Tennis Club or Marin Tennis Club on YouTube.
All right. Guys, thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis.